A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut.
What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 410th episode of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is Monday, February 18th, 2019. Happy President's Day, everybody. If you guys got the day off of work, or if your kid is out of school, hope you guys are having a safe and joyous President's Day. As usual, we are multicasting to 3 YouTube channels, 3 Facebook pages, and Twitter. So welcome into our extended audience. Let's get right to it. We all know that most people understand what the signs of a woman's cheating are. She works late. She hangs out with her friends one too many times. She's really, really chummy with Kevin in sales, and all of a sudden, now there's a work weekend. There's a weekend seminar. There's a team building activity late at night, right? Things of that nature. Her phone is buzzing at all hours of the night. We all know what those signs are. And this is red pill and blue pill men as well. Red pill aware men, we all know the obvious signs. Well, guess what? So do blue pill guys who are not red pill aware. This is just how it is. But a lot of times, a woman could be cheating, and you won't know that she's cheating because she's giving off signs that she's cheating that not even she is aware of. See, women are very good at consciously hiding their cheating. They understand that they can't do or say certain things that would lead a man to believe that she is engaging in infidelity. She knows she can't text behind your back, so she goes to the bathroom with her phone, an obvious sign. She knows she can't tell you that she's working late, so she pulls off the I'm at Starbucks with my friend trick. I talked about that way back in episode, I think it was 83. All of that said, there are many, many covert signs that a woman is not aware that she is giving off that tells us that she's cheating. Most men are grossly unaware of this. At some point, when men get their suspicions, they say, okay, is she cheating or is she not cheating? Right? Your spidey senses start to tingle. Her stories aren't adding up. Things aren't matching up. And before you know it, now you're asking to see her phone. Who were you with? What were you doing last night? I need the numbers of your friends and family members. Like, it gets to these extremes because you just don't know. Well, tonight, Uncle Donovan is going to give you 8 undercover signs. 8 signs that you probably would have never thought about that your woman is cheating. And don't get it twisted, guys. There are very few, if any, coincidences. A lot of these signs you're gonna sort of chalk it up to, this may or may not be a coincidence. I get it. I understand. But I've experienced a lot of these myself. And if you think about it, when you think back on your relationships, you'll think to yourself, you know what? I remember when my woman did XYZ. I remember when my ex-wife said ABC. I remember when my ex-girlfriend did XYZ. So tonight, once again, I'm going to give you guys 8 signs that your woman is cheating on you that you would never, ever, ever think of. These aren't the typical signs that your girls are cheating, guys. These aren't the typical female infidelity cheating signs. No. These are signs that even she is not aware that she is giving off. She is doing these things subconsciously. She doesn't realize she's doing them. But for men who pay attention, guys, this is going to be an underlying theme to this episode. You must pay attention to your wife or girlfriend. You cannot sleepwalk through relationships. This is how women get over on you. But if you pay attention, you will quickly find out whether or not she really is fucking around on you, for sure. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. My opening rant is brought to you by the Donovan Sharpe mobile app, which is the first and only mobile app in Manosphere history. You can schedule and pay for consultations. You can drop me a line. You can buy from the TSR merchandise store. You can purchase 21 convention tickets and more. And you can do it all right from the app. If you're an Android user, you can activate push notifications. Users who activate push notifications will always be the first to know when and where I go live, when there are new styles at the TSR merchandise store, book releases, and any other announcements. And I had a lot to do today, guys. Had a lot going on. A lot of production goes into these things. And unfortunately, the push notifications, that is the one thing that got left off by the wayside. So my apologies to Android users. Hopefully YouTube shot you guys the notification. If not, I'll try to remember. Again, this is a one-man band, at least for now. I'm gonna have to hire somebody. To do some of this other stuff. If you have a question or a comment about the not-so-obvious signs a female is cheating on you, give me a call, 914-205-5356. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook and Twitter. Just do a search for Donovan Sharpe on either platform. If you are on the mobile app, be sure to follow me on Instadon. If you want access to all of my content, go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. There you will find the entire archive of all complete episodes of TSR Live, both audio and video. So you can watch on the go or watch at your leisure. Now you can watch, like everybody else, Monday through Thursday afternoons at 5 Eastern right here, but if you want to be able to rewatch or re-listen to the episodes in their entirety. Less than 17 cents a day is all that it takes. Gentlemen, we all know that I could be shut down and or deplatformed at any time. Last year alone, I lost 2 YouTube channels. I lost a Facebook page and a Twitter account, and I would not be surprised if I lost my Patreon at some point down the road. Now, none of this is going to stop me from doing what I do. This train is going to stay on the tracks regardless, but it could stop you from getting access to my content. The only way to ensure that you never miss out on my content is to either subscribe to my email list or download Donovan Sharpe mobile app. Go to donovansharpe.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, and plug in your email, and you are good to go. Takes literally 2.75 seconds. So if somebody snaps their fingers and I get banned everywhere, you will always know when and where to find me. If you like what you hear, if you get something out of my content and you want to contribute to the show, you can do that through my Streamlabs link, www.streamlabs.com/DonovanSharpe1. www.streamlabs.com/DonovanSharpe and the number 1. I am putting that chat in the link right now. YouTube wisely takes 30% off of Super Chat. So if you want 100% of your contribution to come directly to the show, the Streamlabs link is the best way to do it. Again, that's www.streamlabs.com/DonovanSharpe and the number 1. See you in Vegas. I see you on the line. Hold tight for a second. I'm going to get to the chat before we get this party started. Let us scroll to the top. Devin, if you are watching or listening, actually, I got a text from Devin. She says, your pic behind the TV looks like you were sniffing my ass or your head is on my body. No, I don't be sniffing asses. The only time I can smell, the only time I can smell ass is if there's ass paste. Like, as in a woman didn't scrub her ass before I fuck her. But that, of course, is for another show and day and time. At any rate, Ryan Sullivan finally gets to pop the cherry. Congratulations to Ryan Sullivan for losing his TSR virginity. Kyle Mitchell gets the sloppy seconds. Luigi Conti gets to finish on her... Luigi Conti gets to fuck her in her ass. Oaktown's Finest gets to finish on her face. Looks like Luigi Conti also gets to get it all on video. And Chase Rubidoux gets to watch it all go down. Fernando Trejo, good to see you in here. Recent patron of mine. Saw that you became a patron. I appreciate the support. Fernando Trejo. Kevin Howard, Kevin Howard says, I guess I'm listening from the outside. Yes. Steve the Pilot says, I was definitely just in the wrong spot. Absolutely. Mike Shinnery says, spying in the window. Good stuff. Sharpe Assist is casting this one to the TV. Camden McGinnis says, I want to finish on her face. Listen, there's nothing stopping you from finishing on your girl's face. Straight up. Kyle Mitchell says, unfortunately, he is at work, which means Kyle Mitchell is running the risk of getting that HR summons. Ryan Sullivan, holy shit, Donovan is wearing glasses. Yep. I got a pair of glasses, and I've got a little bit of a headache right now because my eyes are adjusting to the glasses. I figured out, I had an eye injury, but I also figured out that I am farsighted. So everything, without the glasses, I can see everything far. Without the glasses, everything close, I have to strain a little bit to see. This is what was contributing likely to my migraine headaches. So I've got glasses to hopefully alleviate that pain. I'm not going to wear them all the time. I'm just trying to get my eyes to adjust. But yes, listen, I'm 41 years old. You get older, this is what happens. Lorenzo Davis says, now I really look like a professor. Absolutely. Kyle Mitchell says, rocking glasses like a pimp. Straight up. Mo C is in the house. Ryan Sullivan says, Donovan went from pimp to professor. Oh, yeah, you know what? It's funny. I'm looking at the screen, and it actually looks like I'm the one with the tits. Oh, wow, that does look funny. You know, I'm going to have to move that. Dude, I'm going to have to move that fucking picture. It looks, I don't know. I kind of like where it's at. But it does look funny, like when Devin's tits are, looks like I've got Devin's tits. Clearly, you guys see I don't have any titties, at least not anymore. Mossy says, how did Devin's face align perfectly with Donovan's on that screen? Listen, I did not plan it that way. There I am. I've got Devin's tits again. So, listen, I'm moving into, Devin and I are upgrading apartments here in 6 weeks. So, everything is going to be rearranged. So, no longer will I have Devin's tits. Shout out to Fresno State with the $20 contribution. Fresno State with the $20 contribution. For whatever reason, like I said, I keep telling you guys this, the alerts, the messages are not coming up on the screen. I don't know if you left one or not. If you would, Fresno State, put in a comment, put in $20, just put $20 note, and I'll go ahead and read that. So shout out to Fresno State 17, and it won't show me the rest with the $20 contribution. Much obliged, my friend. You guys can also contribute via the Streamlabs link, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe. R Unplugged says, do you think that open relationships are a solution to cheating? No. Anytime there is an open relationship, only the girl benefits from that, right? So if there's an open relationship, dude, 11 times out of 10, the girl is out getting all the dick she wants, while the guy doesn't really get any pussy. This is just not how it works. Open relationships, listen, there's no solution to cheating. There's no solution to cheating. There's no bulletproof, silver bullet way to prevent cheating. Listen, Devin could cheat anytime she wanted to. I've got all sorts of lockdown, this and that and the other. If she wanted to cheat, she could cheat. If a woman wants to cheat, she will cheat. There's nothing that you can do to stop it. That doesn't mean that you can't take certain measures to mitigate her, not desire to cheat, but mitigate her desire to cheat and get away with it. The idea is to make cheating as hard as possible for your woman, at which point she's got a choice to make. I can either jump through all the hoops of getting away with cheating, or I can just keep it real, Donovan, and say, hey, look, Donovan, your dick is too big, your dick is too small, I don't like you anymore, I don't love you anymore, blah, 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 blah. We all move on, no harm, no foul. That's just how that goes. Tech NHC says, damn, 30%. Fuck out of here, YouTube. Hey, listen, if I were YouTube, I'd take 45. Real talk. Real talk. HDJ Redline, he is on the bike listening. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Stan Lee says, the second best black poker player in the world is here to holler. I guess the best black poker player is probably Phil Ivey. I imagine you're probably talking about Phil Ivey. Mosi wants to know if I got my eyes dilated. Yeah, they shot the little puff of whatever it was. Fresno State 1776 says, Donovan, love the show. Keep up the amazing work and dropping that knowledge. Appreciate that, Fresno State 1776. Armando Moreno says, not feeling the glasses, Donovan. Listen, neither am I. Neither am I. Yeah. Listen, I don't love these glasses. I don't. I'm not going to wear them all the time on the show. But when I've got notes in front of me, on these solo shows, that's when I'm going to wear the glasses. When I just have a guest on, like tomorrow I've got Ryan. Wednesday I've got Kevin Samuels coming on. Thursday I've got Roosh. And I don't know, I might do a Friday show, but we'll see what happens from there. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let's go to the phone line. C in Vegas. You are on Live with Donovan. What's going on, brother?
D, what's going on? How you feeling today?
Woo, not too bad, man. How about yourself?
Actually, I feel good. In the gym like crazy. I'm back at it like a fucking Nazi, so let's get it.
Attaboy. There you go. There you go.
Actually, I got a simple question for you today.
Sure, what you got, man?
Because you remember you had a show talking about bad habits.
Yeah.
And then you also talk about bad behavior. Can you unpack the difference between bad habits and bad behavior?
Oh,
or, is there a difference, or how you know something's a habit or something's a behavior? Can you just, what I'm saying, go through that?
Yeah, listen, absolutely. Bad habits are things a woman does when she's on autopilot, right? So, for example, a bad habit would be a woman who flirts with guys. If she's at work, she flirts. She doesn't think about it. She's just flirtatious. She flirts with the guy at the coffee shop. She flirts with the guy at the movie theater. Those are bad habits. Bad behaviors are isolated events. If you are out and about and she disrespects you, or if she asks, or here's another one, if you ask her to get you a Coke or a beer out of the fridge and she tells you no, that is bad behavior. Now here's the thing. Bad habits can beget bad behavior. A lot of women behave badly because it is a habit that they behave badly. But by and large, bad habits are things that women bring into a relationship that they've always done before they met you. Bad behavior is just them getting out of pocket.
Right. Also, I also got two suggestions for a jump.
You got it.
I think maybe 1 week you should do gym week because for me going to the gym transformed a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
Just the discipline, the consistency, and the action. I think like gym week would be awesome. Also, maybe like an episode, Donovan, like the most common bad behaviors and the most common bad habits and the proper responses to them. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. You know what? I'm actually going to make a note of that. Most common bad behaviors. Devin, if you're watching, put that on a notepad somewhere. I like that. The most common bad habits and bad behaviors and how to handle them. I like that. That's a very, very good show topic, man.
Also, Don, I was going to say too, because I also feel like also like maybe in the episode you can explain like which is non-negotiable. Like if this happens on the spot, you get rid of them. Also, like because you don't want to be like meat pill red hill guys. Like if she fucks up even one time, she's fucking gone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Also, you don't want. But you don't want to be beta sent either. That's all I got for you, big brother.
I like it, man. Listen, man. C in Vegas coming in here dropping the knowledge with the rock solid show topic. I like that, Devin. If you're watching. Either that or I'll have to just go back and listen to that show, or listen to the show. Very, very good suggestion by C in Vegas. I like that a lot. Area code 201, you're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead, my friend.
Hi, good afternoon. I really was just listening in because it sounds really interesting.
Yep, sorry. I do not allow women to call my show. If you are a woman, you are not to be seen and not to be heard. Whoever you were, I appreciate you listening to my show. I appreciate whatever, if you're a fangirl, whatever the case may be. But I don't let women comment or call my show. Not when I'm in charge. Now, we'll let women call in on the Redman group, right? We'll let women call in when I was on the Brother Pill, we'll let women call in. This ain't that kind of party, guys. This is not that kind of party. Somebody's got to be a fucking Neanderthal around here, and that dude is going to be me. If you're a woman, keep your comments to yourself. I have no interest in female commentary or female opinion. We've been listening to y'all for the last 6 decades, and you guys have done gone and fucked things up. So now it's on me to right all wrongs by you bitches out here. So if area code 201, if you're feeling some type of way, go fuck yourself. If you want to unsubscribe to my channel, go fuck yourself. Don't give a shit. I am not interested in female opinion. Not interested in it, not one bit. Again, if you are a woman, do not comment or chat. You will get summarily and quickly hung the fuck up on. It is, guys, I'm here to tell you, it is not that kind of party. You got a lot of guys out here who like to talk about, oh, bitches ain't shit, and da-da-da-da-da, but then they steady let women all up in the comment section. They let women call their show. No, fuck that. This ain't that show. I am not that guy. Listen, a lot of fake fucks out here. They talk all this shit. But then when a woman is on the line, ooh, no. Nope, not me, not I. Now, I'm going to have Devin on this Saturday evening, right? She's my girlfriend, and I'll give her the respect that she deserves as my girlfriend, provided she keeps holding it down as my girlfriend. But I don't debate or talk to women on this show. If you want another crack at me, you're best served calling into the Red Man group. And even then, you're gonna have a very short leash. Just ask Kitten Holiday. Oh boy. Okay, let's get right to it. 8 not so obvious signs your girl is cheating on you. And I want you guys to keep in mind that these are in no particular order, guys. Don't get me wrong. I thought very long and hard about this list. I actually had about 25 of these, and I whittled it down to the 8 most common. So, number 1, the first not so obvious sign that your girl is cheating on you is all of a sudden she starts putting her phone face down. Gentlemen, the smartphone is the most important tool in a female's arsenal of fidelity. She's got her female allure, which obviously stupefies men, right? She's got her lying, which females are experts at these days, and she's got her backstory and her alibi setup, which involves her friends. A lot of the time, as I've talked about in the past, back in episode 83, as I referred to before, all of these tools are very, very important. Now, it's very easy for females to cheat, as we all know, but getting away with it, that's why they need their smartphones, because without their smartphones, it is very difficult, if not impossible, for females to get away with cheating. Now, as men, we realize this, right? We realize that the smartphone is the gateway to cheating. George Bruno effectively calls smartphones a box of dicks for women. I could not agree more. But for whatever reason, we as men don't pay attention to our woman's phone. We know her phone is the engine that drives the cheating, but we rarely pay attention to what she's doing on it, where her phone is, or how it's positioned, because men are either oblivious or afraid. If you're watching this right now, you're not oblivious. So you're afraid. Afraid to say, let me see your phone. Or afraid to say, who are you texting? Really? Show me. Prove it. Now, for the record, I, Donovan Sharpe, I am a possessive, controlling motherfucker. But when you ask to see the phone, this is where females exploit a man's fear of being labeled as jealous or insecure or possessive or controlling. I'm possessive, and I am controlling. Okay? And any female that has a problem with that, she can go fuck herself. That's how I roll. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're a female, if you ain't with it, you can get to stepping. The problem is that most men are unafraid to say shit like this and actually mean it and carry it out. The first time they ask their girlfriends or wives, she'd be like, hey, you mind telling me who you were texting just now? She says, OMG, you jealous, insecure, controlling, possessive fucker, it's none of your business. What does the guy do? He apologizes. He backs off, and he stops paying attention to her phone because it is now off limits. And when she gets and when your girl gets a text from Dave, the unemployed garage band player who may or may not live in a storage unit, when he texts your girl to come over and blow him after practice, you don't see it because her phone is face down. And because you're afraid to even look at her phone, you won't find out she's been fucking him for the last 3 months until she tells you that the two of you need to take a break. Pay attention to what she does with her phone when she's not on it. Okay? If you never see it unless it's in her hand or she always places it face down, she is taking someone else's dick. Well, what if she always puts her phone face down, Donovan? It might just be a habit. Then you've got yourself a bona fide slut on your hands, player, because one of the many telltale signs of a slut is a female who puts her phone face down by default without even thinking about it. Guys, this is why you should always pay attention, because these small details are always the one that slip through the cracks because you're too busy staring at her tits. You don't pay attention because she fucks you every day. Get your heads out of your asses, stop looking at hers, and pay the fuck attention to her phone. Dudes wonder why they always get played. They always wonder why they get cheated on by these grimy-ass females. Okay? But these are the guys who sleepwalk through their interactions with women because of their scarcity mindset. Now, a couple of supplemental signs here to number 1 in the phone category is A, her phone buzzes or goes off, she checks it, but she doesn't respond. And number 2, her phone is always completely silent around you. If she checks her phone and she doesn't respond, that's probably the dude she's fucking telling her what day and time they're going to meet. And because there's really no need to respond, she won't. She could also be waiting to respond when she goes into the bathroom. And by the way, never ever allow your woman to take her phone into the bathroom. This is a hard and fast rule I have made for Devin. She abides by this rule to this day. Also, if her phone is completely silent when she's around you, she's either got her phone on airplane mode, or she's put it on silent. The reason is obvious, which is she doesn't want you suspecting anything. So if there are no sounds, there's no suspicion. Out of earshot, out of mind as far as she's concerned. Again, pay attention. There's a reason you never hear her phone when she's around you. And trust me when I tell you, this is not a coincidence or an accident, guys. This is by design. How a woman's pubic hairs can indicate cheating, plus more of your calls and comments after the break. We'll be right back.
From August of 2017 until just yesterday when I did my consult with Donovan. I've read 10 books, all red pill books, and 1 hour consultation with Donovan gave me as much insight as all 10 of those books.
I was a wreck when I booked my consultation with Donovan.
He took me out of a long-ass dry spell in 2 calls.
Donovan gave me real-world, no BS truth that you don't get from your family, friends, counselors, and most other people.
Donovan woke up the inner beast that was sleeping inside of me for at least 10 years.
Donovan helped me create a new vision for my life. He knows how to help men maximize their time, money, energy, fitness, and relationships.
Best money ever spent.
Book a consultation with Donovan.
Get that consultation in.
My girlfriend gives me slutty, submissive sex anytime I want. And she does it all, guys. She swallows, takes anal, facials, anything and everything I want. And she willingly does it all with a smile, looking like the slutty porn star stripper I trained and demanded her to be and look like. And by the way, she never turns me down, ever. If you want to learn how to get slutty submissive sex from your wife or girlfriend anytime you want, booking a one-on-one consultation with me is the solution. Now, I want to make it crystal clear to you guys that I don't give my clients theories or ideas or say things like, maybe you should try this, or I've heard of so-and-so do this, and it seemed to work. Nah, man, that's not how I roll. I advise men based on my own personal experience. I advise men on what I've done in the past, what works, what doesn't, and what I do to this day to get the sex I want out of my woman. I give you actionable, real-world solutions that any man, including you, can put into practice today and start seeing results. And if there's any doubt in your mind whatsoever as to whether or not I know what I'm talking about, do not pay me a dime until you listen to the testimonials from actual clients on DonovanSharpe.com/consults. I can also coach you on how to approach women, escalate sexually, and close the deal. I can teach you how to build a stable of women who are at your beck and call when and where you want. But if you're not into the player lifestyle, I can show you how to maintain dominance and control in your relationship in order to keep your wife or girlfriend in line and happy to be with you. Now, we all know that there are a lot of fraudulent guys out here who are a little more than internet gangsters who just regurgitate what guys like me talk about on a daily basis. We also know that any idiot can get in front of a camera and say, my girl does whatever I want, whenever I want, and for just $4,000, I can teach you the easy way to do what I do. A lot of guys make a lot of claims about the women they've slept with or the control they have over the women in their relationships, but I'm the only guy who actually proves it. Now, my consultations are not cheap, but there is a way you can save a ton of money while getting the advice and guidance you need without breaking the bank, and that is to become a patron. As a patron, you can save up to 45% on my consultation fees and get up to 30 minutes of one-on-one coaching at no additional charge every single month you are a patron. So if you want your wife or girlfriend to look and fuck like my girlfriend, if you're looking to add a few new girls to your roster, or if you want to improve your relationship or marriage, go to patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe to become a patron, or go to DonovanSharpe.com/consults. Book your one-on-one consultation today.
TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe is brought to you by Tactical Soap. Looking for a 5% bump in alpha attitude? You need Tactical Soap. Make her laugh, then make her wet. Buy Tactical Soap through Donovan's affiliate link on DonovanSharpe.com. Use promo code Donovan to get 10% off. Tactical Soap.
Welcome back to the 410th edition of TSR Live on a Monday. Good to have you guys in tonight. For those of you joining from my Facebook pages, my Twitter feed, from my other YouTube channels, thank you guys very much for coming over. Be sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter to stay in the know in the event that I get deplatformed here or anywhere else. If you want to make a contribution to the show, like Fresno State, I think it was 1776, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe and the number 1. Again, that's www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharpe and the number 1. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you have a question or comment about the undercover signs, the not so obvious signs that females are cheating. If you'd like your music featured on the show, send me a few tracks. Make sure you send your stage name, the names of your tracks, the label, and where your music can be found. That last track was Left for Dead by the Failsafe. That's another one of their newest tracks. Same guys who put the lyrics to my theme song. You can actually watch the official video for Left for Dead by the Failsafe. You can watch that video on the Donovan Sharpe mobile app. There's a whole section there for the Failsafe on the Donovan Sharpe mobile app. You can visit their website, watch their videos, link up with their Facebook page. Be sure to visit their website, wearethefailsafe.com. They've got some big announcements coming up, and you can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Just search We Are the Failsafe, one word when you search. So big shout out to my guys Jesse, Kieran, Kaio, and Chad for laying down that track, and a special thanks goes out to Jesse for sending that bad boy over. Those guys are unbelievably talented, and I cannot wait to see and watch them in person. Very, very talented group. If you are watching on Facebook, Twitter, or on one of my backup YouTube channels, come on over to my main channel to watch the rest of the show. Search Donovan Sharpe on YouTube, and the first channel you see with my face as the logo is the channel you should come and subscribe to. Again, if you are watching on Facebook, Twitter, or one of my backup YouTube channels, come to my main YouTube channel to watch the rest of the episode. Let us go back to the chat while I shrink the audience here. All right. Oh boy, we got some. Rollo Tomasi is in the house. Says, quiet, woman. Men are talking. Dude, men are speaking. Yeah, dude, if you're a woman, don't call my show. Like, dude, listen, you're going to get embarrassed. You're going to get embarrassed. Ryan Sullivan says, Roosh is finally showing up. No, listen, Roosh has never agreed to be on my show until now. Roosh has never flaked on me. I've wanted Roosh to come on my show. We've had scheduling conflicts. Scheduling conflicts has been resolved. So Roosh has never told me that he's coming on my show. He's never flaked on me. He's always been very upfront and honest about his schedule. And listen, Roosh is a busy guy. He travels around the world. He's got a crazy blog. He just released a book. And of course, listen, he's a busy guy, and so am I. And it just takes a while for two busy guys to finally link up. And this Thursday, the 21st, is finally the time that he and I are going to be able to do a show together. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to talk about anything and everything. And yes, we are going to be taking phone calls. So you guys can call in and talk to Roosh Valizadeh. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Freelance Ronan says he dropped the hammer on her ass, and I will every time. I love it. Oh, boy. Shout out to Jesse Weber with the $5 contribution. Says, thanks for the love. Jesse Weber, lead singer for the Failsafe. I didn't want to put his name out there, but hell, if I'm pitching the website and their song. Yeah, the Failsafe, those guys are the official band of TSR Live. Those guys are fucking awesome. Dude, every track these guys lay down it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. Rollo Tomasi says Terry Crews is the ultimate Vici male bitch. Yes, very, very true. Kyle Mitchell says, sports reference, bad quarterback habits, staring down receiver before passing, tapping the ball before passing, bad behavior, mouthing off to the press about private team issues, calling own plays. Wow. Nick Foles actually pats the ball before he throws it, right? Dak Prescott stares down his receivers. Here's another bad habit, not throwing receivers open. If you ever notice something about Dak Prescott is a decent NFL quarterback. He doesn't throw guys open. He throws to guys who are open. The greats throw guys open. The greats throw the ball to a spot and the receiver goes and gets it. Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Carson Wentz. Freelance Ronan says exactly that arguing with women is for the birds. Yeah, dude, I don't fuck around with arguing with women anymore. I had to deal with it when I was on the brother bill. I was like, dude, enough of this nonsense. JJP Jesse says she was 40, she could have been an 8. Yeah, well. Dave, as well as Kevin from sales, absolutely. Kevin and sales and Dave consistently run trains on the same bitches. Kevin and sales and Dave are Eskimo brothers probably a dozen times over. Absolutely. Freelance Orna says that the before and after shows a lot of damn hard work. You're goddamn right, man. Excellent. Excellent. Our Unplug says Rolo's yesterday's 101 was incredible. I got to check that out. Ryan Sullivan says, Donovan, I meant to say I've been waiting for an interview with Roosh. I am an RVFer. Absolutely. Okay, good. Good stuff. I haven't posted on the Roosh V forum in a while. Drew Bay says Terry Crews is male, but not a man. Totally agree. A lot of females running around here thinking they're women, but they are not. All right, let us continue. The second not so obvious sign your wife or girlfriend is cheating on you is the surprised shaved pussy or pubic or trimmed up pubic hairs. I've said before that most women that I have hooked up with on the short to midterm level were in relationships of some sort. They either had a boyfriend or they were married or were in some sort of committed relationship. Well, what all of these hookups had in common was that I always got their best sex. I always got blowjobs. I always gave them facials. They never argued about that. Dude, they let me go backdoor. I mean, the whole nine. This is no surprise. Well, a woman's best as far as sex is concerned also includes personal hygiene. Never once did I meet up with a wife at a hotel or meet up with a fuck buddy or whoever else who wasn't showered, hair done, makeup, smelling good, pussy shaved the whole night. Now, keep in mind that women do most of these things on a daily basis when she goes to work, right? She showers, she does her makeup, her hair, perfume, and so forth. And by the way, a lot of dudes don't realize that even though their wife or girlfriend may not be fucking somebody else, they're still getting sloppy seconds. Right? Guys are like, well, wait a minute, how could I be getting sloppy seconds if she's not fucking someone else? Well, think about it this way. When your wife or girlfriend goes to work, her coworkers get to see her at her best. Her hair is done. Dude, she smells good. She's wearing heels, lipstick, earrings, the whole nine. But by the time she gets home to you, her hair is in a sloppy ponytail. She's wearing sneakers, right? Her perfume's worn off. Her lipstick is gone. Her deodorant is almost worn off. And she's taken out her earrings. So when she finally decides to give you pity sex, guess what? You, my friend, are getting sloppy seconds. You're not getting the best version of herself. Her coworkers are. And because she only showers before work, you're going to smell body odor, bad breath, and of course, ass paste. This is why I make Devin shower, shave, and put on makeup and perfume before I fuck her at night, and I never allow her to shower before work. Her coworkers get my sloppy seconds. I get her best. Anyway, like I was saying, it is standard operating procedure for a female to shower and get made up for work. But if you go to fuck her one night and you can see and feel just a little bit of stubble that only a freshly shaven pussy feels or looks like after 24 hours, or you can see that she's manicured her pubic hair, she is definitely fucking someone else. She didn't do that for you, dude. She did that for the dude she fucked last night. He got the baby smooth pussy. You got the stubble that looks like a freshly shaven pussy. He got the smooth landing strip or the triangle or the wine glass. You got the landing strip, triangle, or wine glass that's a little rough around the edges from the growth over the last 24 hours. Again, gentlemen, this is why you have to pay attention. You might think, oh, she shaved for me. But if you can strike a match on her pussy, somebody else got the fucker when it was as smooth as a baby's heel the night before. You can count on that. Number 3, she stops sucking your dick. After having been cheated on, by the first 2 strippers I committed to, my dumbass still did not learn my lesson. I would go on to make this mistake at least 3 more times before finally understanding that you don't date strippers, you only fuck strippers. Well, the 3rd stripper I foolishly made my girlfriend. Her name was Katie. Her stage name was Star. And as a side note, actually, by the way, I actually used Katie as trade bait to get in with another strip club almost a year after we broke up. Long story, I'll probably talk about it at some point down the line, but I mentioned her in episode 363, How to Get a Strip Club on Lock. Anyway, Katie cheated on me with another bouncer from another club she worked at, and word on the street was that she was also fucking the DJ, and it wouldn't surprise me if they ran a train on her. But when I stop and think about what had happened leading up to me finding out about her cheating, I realized that she stopped sucking my dick for quite a while. Right? But Katie wasn't the only chick who had cheated on me who stopped sucking my dick. This probably happened to me maybe 4 or 5 times with various girls. Now, guys, we all know that most girls are sluts. We get that. But what most guys don't understand is that most girls don't want to be fucking 5 guys. They only want to be fucking 1. Right? That's the guy she wants to be in a relationship with, whether she admits it or not. And the guy who gets the blowjobs is the guy she likes the most. Listen, man, shout out to HS Lee with the $5 contribution. Says, always appreciate the red pill knowledge. HS Lee 169 with the $5 contribution. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for your $5 contribution, HS Lee. Anyway, any girl can open up her legs for a bunch of guys and a bunch of dick, right? But when a female is truly aroused by a man, by a certain guy, she'll suck his dick every single time, guys. Blowjobs, gentlemen, are one of the most submissive things a woman can do for a man. And women aren't submissive to every single guy they're fucking, at least not on the same level. So if your woman stops sucking your dick, she is definitely sucking somebody else's. I'll say it again, guys. This is why you need to pay attention. Females are getting away with cheating right under our noses because we're not paying attention. We chalk it up as a coincidence or make excuses for this behavior, but like I said before, there are no coincidences. Let's check the chat again before we move on here. Johnny wants to know, what do I think of the new AAF league? You know, I haven't watched an AAF football game, but I've heard they're actually interesting. And yes, I'm going to talk about Colin Kaepernick at the end of the show. I'm not going to address that now. I'll talk about Colin Kaepernick and his settlement with the NFL on their collusion lawsuit. Wayfaring Man says, I wonder if one of Donovan's cheating signs is when your woman informs you of someone who tempted her and she is letting you know she is still faithful. Ooh, that is a good one. That is very good. And I actually addressed this with a caller not too long ago. I called this I don't think I had a name for it, but you guys have to watch out for a woman who volunteers information. Right? So if your girl comes home and says, hey, Donovan, by the way, I saw my ex at the coffee shop the other day. I didn't say, all he said was hi, and I didn't say anything to him. But I wanted to let you know, I wanted to be honest with you because I didn't have to tell you. I wanted to be honest with you and let you know up front that I did see him. Right? Listen, your girlfriend didn't have to tell you that, but she did it because she wants to build that false sense of trust. You don't know what happened. For all you know, they might have exchanged numbers. She might have actually fucked him. But later on, when you're suspicious of something that she may or may not have done, you're going to have that in the back of her mind. Well, she did tell me that she ran into her ex-boyfriend at the coffee shop 2 weeks ago, and she didn't have to tell me that. So if she really were up to something, she would probably tell me. She was honest with me when she didn't have to be. Oh, no. That is not the case. Very, very good question there by Wayfaring Man. See what else we got here. Oh. Aunt James says, Donovan, dropping hella game today. This is presidential game today. Yes, happy President's Day. Miami J of LatinoManosphere.com. You guys can also access his website through the Donovan Sharpe mobile app. Says, never fuck your girl without face fucking her relentlessly beforehand. Yeah, that makes sense. Dude, I got to get my dick sucked before I fuck every single time. Now, there have been times I fucked Devin without her giving me head. I can't remember the last time that happened. I can't remember the last time that happened. Big Mike ATL says women are like cars. Great when they're brand new, but when they get ran down and beat up, time for a trade-in. All right. Kind of a simple-minded analogy, but accurate nonetheless. Okay, let us continue with the fourth of 8 signs, 8 covert signs, 8 signs that your woman is cheating on you that you are probably unaware of. Number 4, she starts using words and phrases she doesn't normally use. Way back in episode 365, entitled How to Stay Emotionally Unattached to Sluts, the 10th technique I talked about was avoiding intimate contact as often as possible. Well, unfortunately for me, I broke this rule and caught feelings for a girl who worked at a fast food joint. Take a listen. Maybe a year or so after I found the red pill, I started dating this girl I met. She worked at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. I think her name was like Victoria Veronica. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, she had decent sized tits, maybe B pluses, maybe low C's. But she had a beautiful face and an unbelievable ass. Oh my God, her ass was out of this world. And it was weird seeing an 8 work at a fast food joint, but whatever, Anyway, she had a bit of an attitude when she took my order. And I used that as an opportunity. I smiled at her. I said, God damn. She was a white girl. I said, God damn, you either hate black people or you hate your job. Which is it? And she gave me a little bit of a laugh, and that gave me the opening that I needed to run game. Got her number, fucked her that night, which of course meant that I put her directly into the fuck buddy category. So we're fucking 2-3 times a week, which in hindsight was a big mistake. Another mistake I made was all of the intimate contact I made with her. Guys, we kissed a lot. We kissed all the time. Like, we kissed in public. I just pull her in and just lay one on her. No matter who was around, no matter where we were, and she loved it. It was all romantic and sappy. Then we started holding hands. That eventually escalated into cuddling after sex, and before I knew it, I started to catch feelings. I knew this girl wasn't good relationship material. Number 1, she worked at a fast food joint. Number 2, I fucked her the same day I met her. Number 3, she had a tit tattoo of a phoenix, which according to her represented a new beginning, which is a huge red flag, right? But the fact that we were kissing all the time, that's all we used to do was kiss and fuck, it was crazy. Holding hands and cuddling, all of that made me susceptible to catching feelings. And I did. And she did too. And dude, listen, she fell hard, or at least that's what it looked like to me. Right? Like, we were around each other all the time. So what does my dumbass do? Your red pill advisor, the great Donovan Sharpe, the guy who's got all this red pill awareness. I asked a woman who worked in fast food, who had a tit tattoo, whom I fucked on the same day that I met her, asked her to be my girlfriend. And of course she said yes. If you want to stay unattached to sluts, avoid these behaviors, guys. These things give you dopamine and serotonin hits, which are addictive, meaning you want to do it more. So you do it more. Kissing her was great. That's why we did it all the time. It was nutty. Listen, guys, kissing is the most intimate thing you can do with a woman. Lips are, they're loaded with nerve endings. You're close, you're holding each other, right? Kissing a lot will make you, listen, I'll tell you this. Kissing a lot will make you fall for a woman that you have no business falling for. How long? I wasn't even fucking her for that long. Holding hands signals to the world that you are together. Girls love the feeling of belonging to someone, and men love the feeling of having a woman belong to her. It keeps physical contact, and in public, that is very intimate. Cuddling after sex is definitely a no-no. That's like kissing combined with holding hands. You smell each other, you're close, you're kissing her neck. You guys are whispering sweet nothings. It was crazy. We're looking at each other, just like Ray and PG said. He's looking at each other all the time. The girl's beautiful. I thought she loved me. I said to my friend Norm, I think that was her name, Veronica. I think Veronica really loves me. He says, well, how do you feel? I said, I don't know. I couldn't admit it, right? supposed to be Donovan Sharpe. I might. These things feel great, even with sluts, but sluts are also women. Just because a woman has a notch count of 263 doesn't mean that you are completely impervious to her touch, her femininity, her pheromones. If you want to stay unattached to sluts, avoid these behaviors at all costs. So, what happened with Veronica? Surprise, surprise. She ended up cheating me with her ex-boyfriend and some dude she met at the club. And those are the ones that I know about. Now, something I did notice before I found out she was fucking around on me is that she started using words and phrases that she didn't normally use, like in conversations and in text messages. So, for example, she'd say things like, top of the morning to you in text conversations, or when we'd see each other, she would say, hello, love. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but, people like to do that. It's like a British thing. Hello, love. I thought it was kind of weird because it just kind of came out of the blue, but I didn't think anything of it. Girls change up all the time, right? So I didn't think anything was up until I checked her phone and played a message from a number that did not have a name attached to it. The dude was talking about what a great time he had with her and he couldn't wait to see her again and all the rest of that. But at the beginning of the message, the guy said, what? Hello, love. When a female starts fucking a guy she really likes, she will unconsciously start to mimic his speech patterns. Okay? She'll start to mimic his text habits. Females don't know that they're doing this, okay? And they only do it with the man that they are completely and wholly surrendered to. This is how they work. The most dominant man she's fucking is the guy she emulates. She can be fucking one guy, 5 guys, pun intended, 2 guys, or 10 guys. The most dominant male she's fucking is the one she will emulate. And by the way, if a woman you're dating who claims to really like you but doesn't really start emulating your speech or your text patterns or some of the expressions that you use, then you're not as dominant and as masculine as you need to be in order to submit to you. Or you're not as dominant and as masculine as she needs you to be in order to submit to you. So just make sure you keep that in mind. That's next level game 101. Anyway, pay attention to your woman's speech and text patterns. If they start to change all of a sudden, there's a chance that there's another dude who is either fucking her or at the very least on her radar, which leads me to number 5. She suddenly changes interests. Something men need to be keenly aware of that most men have no idea about is that females don't really have a belief system. They don't. They don't have a belief system on religion. They don't have a belief system on global warming. They don't have a belief system on politics. None of that stuff. Females only believe what the strongest and most dominant men believe. If the strongest, most dominant man she knows is a devout Christian, it's glory to God in the highest. If the strongest man she knows is an atheist, she'll swear up and down there is no God. If the most dominant man she knows is a bleeding heart liberal, Trump is the devil. If the strongest man she knows is a conservative, Trump is the greatest president in U.S. history. You guys get the point. Well, this doesn't just apply to macro issues like politics and religion. It happens on a lower level as well. Inconsequential things like movies, television, music, sports teams, hobbies, other interests, things like that. My ex-wife Darcy, I'll give you an example. She was a die-hard Yankees fan. Why? Because the guy who alpha widowed her was also a Yankees fan. Years after our divorce, when she had gone on and remarried and all that and all this other kind of stuff, she actually told me she was thinking about becoming a Red Sox fan. A Yankees fan becoming a Red Sox fan? I'm thinking, what the fuck? Come to find out, she was crushing on a guy who was, wait for it, a Red Sox fan. When Devin and I first met, she found out that I was on TRT, and I told her I was thinking about HGH. And she said, uh-oh, injectables, red flag. Fast forward to today, and she injects HGH with me on a nightly basis. Pay attention to your girlfriend's taste in music. Pay attention to the television show she watches. Pay attention to her politics, her religion, and so forth. If you're the most dominant man in her life, Her belief system, her politics, and other macro issues will line up with yours. On a lower level, she'll start to take interest in some of the ancillary things you do and like music, television, things like that. That's not going to say that she's going to completely change her entire personality. Devin listens to punk rock and 90s ska, and that hasn't changed since we met. But she does like a few hip-hop tracks because that's what I listen to. And oh, by the way, when I fuck her, we're fucking to hip-hop. That's how that works. But if all of a sudden Devin started listening to country music or reggae or something that neither of us has ever taken interest in, that is a telltale sign that she is being influenced by someone more dominant than myself. And it's only a matter of time before she wants to start fucking him. Number 6. This is a big one. You guys need to pay attention. Number 6, she makes a drastic change to her look. Now, we all know that when females start fucking around on their boyfriends and husbands, they start dressing sexier, right? Showing more cleavage, wearing heels, more makeup, and all, and so forth. We all know that. But that's not the drastic change I'm talking about, guys. I'm talking about a major change, like her hair, her overall style, personality, or even a tattoo or a piercing. And I'll tell you a quick story about how I found out about this. I remember I was fucking this one wife, and we'd meet up at lunch. And we'd meet up for a lunchtime fuck at this rink-a-dink motel in Las Vegas. I forgot where the fuck it was. I think it was near Maryland Square, somewhere around there. Anyway, so we'd fuck on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and about 3 weeks into the affair, she shows up with her hair almost completely chopped off. When I started fucking her, she had long, beautiful brown hair, but I remember when I walked into the motel and I saw that she dyed her hair blonde and cut it almost to shoulder length, and I was like, what the fuck? Well, that wife ended up ghosting on me. Part of the gig, it is what it is. But months later, I remember being at this crazy fucking party with all of the cocaine anyone could possibly want. And I was talking to this girl who had this crazy Skrillex haircut. It was crazy. And I asked her, I said, why would you get a haircut like that? You know that's unattractive as fuck, right? Well, surprisingly, the girl said, yeah, I know, but I don't really know why I got it. I'm like, dude, you don't know why you got a haircut? Well, later on, she told me that she got it right after she cheated on her husband for the very first time. And this happened years ago. And she's had it ever since. Then she says to me, a lot of women do shit like this to punish themselves for cheating. And it made perfect sense. Yes, gentlemen, women cheat and almost never show remorse, but it does take a toll on them. They might look like they're remorseless. They might look like they're having a good time, but women are human. Women are people too. Now, I can't say that this particular instance has happened to me. Like, my woman cheated on me, so she made a drastic change. So I can't definitively say that this is a sign of cheating based on my own personal experience. Right? Now, maybe these are, I'll put it to you this way. I've fucked enough girlfriends at this point. Maybe I don't have personal experience with this, but I've fucked enough girlfriends and wives who have changed their hairstyles or gotten a new piercing or a new tattoo after I started fucking them. Dude, I've seen enough of that not to give credence to this sign and put it on this list. Dude, I fucked a female who dyed her hair purple after I started fucking her. Met her at a casino, and I'll never forget. Her shit test was typical. I have a boyfriend. Well, turns out that may have been true. Another wife I was fucking got a tramp stamp tattoo, which was her first tattoo. It was a set of eyes that were winking. Like, she had a set of sexy eyes winking right there at the small of her back. It's like every time I'm fucking her, it's like, was crazy. One girl I knew had a boyfriend kept talking about wanting to get an industrial piercing in her ear after I started fucking her. Now, maybe these are just coincidences, but after that conversation with the Skrillex girl at the party, coupled with my experiences, I would say that it is far more likely than not that those changes that I saw those women make after I started fucking them, they were influenced pretty heavily by the cheating they were doing with me. So be on the lookout for a drastic change in hairstyle. Maybe a nose ring or a tattoo, right? Look for a tattoo or a nose ring or something that pops up on your girlfriend or wife. If that happens, you need to start being more skeptical of her whereabouts and her activities when she's not with you. Again, guys, pay the fuck attention. We round third and head for home to close out the show on the other side. We'll be right back.
The Donovan Sharpe mobile app is finally here. You can schedule and pay for consultations, buy TSR merchandise, read Donovan's books, make donations, and much more. And you can do it all right from the app. The Donovan Sharpe mobile app is available to patrons only. You won't find it at the App Store, the Google Play Store, or anywhere else. Get your hands on the first and only mobile app in Manosphere history. Download the Donovan Sharpe mobile app today.
Get your official TSR gear at the Donovan Sharpe merchandise store. T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, and much more. New styles and items are added every month. You can look good and support the show by repping TSR Towers. Go to donovansharpe.com/merch, or you can buy TSR gear right from the Donovan Sharpe mobile app.
TSR Live is brought to you by Good Vibes CBD Oil. Good Vibes reduces stress, anxiety, and mellows you out. Use it right before bed to get the best night's sleep you've ever had. Buy Good Vibes CBD Oil through Donovan's affiliate link on donovansharpe.com. Use promo code Donovan15 to get 15% off.
Welcome back to episode 410 of TSR Live with Donovan Sharpe. It is Monday, February 18th, 2019. Happy President's Day, everybody. Welcome into those just joining us. We are talking about 8 signs you've never thought of that your wife or girlfriend might be cheating on you. And of course, we all know if you think she's cheating on you, she absolutely is. Absolutely. Let's check the chat once again, see what's going on in the house. We got the who's who in here, man. We got Latino, we got Miami J, we got Drew Bay in the house. Rolo Tomasi was in here, made an appearance. Freelance Runner said, I've made that mistake with a bartender back in the day. The blue pill is a terrible drug. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Trey Henley says, holding hands got me a pair of shoes yesterday. Yeah, listen, it happens. Are you going to tan? All right. Devin is going to tan to make sure those tan lines are good and tight. Been a little while. Time to get it in. You scrubbed your ass, right? Like there's no ass paste? All right, so no ass paste tonight. No ass paste tonight. LPFV says this information is gold. You're goddamn right it's gold. Drew Bay says 191 people watching. Only 43 likes. Come on, guys. Show some appreciation and hit that like button. Appreciate that, DB. I got to have Drew on the show again, actually. Dude, Drew, I got to hit you up, man, because you dropped some dude, you dropped advice. Anytime I have a guest on the show and I learn from them and I learn a lot more than I think, I got to have him back. That's why I like to have Rolo on the show a lot, because I always learn from him. Ryan Stone is another one of those guys. Drew says, I remember a few of these from women I was dating started cheating on me with some retired doctor who owned an art gallery a while back. There you go. Absolutely. HDJ Redline says, when you call a hooker out and they know the jig is up, they will say they are afraid of you. Yeah, right? Fucking bitches. Good stuff. Miami J says, get rid of that truffle butter. I call it ass paste because bitches be like, what the fuck is truffle butter? You ain't never heard that, Lil Wayne? No, I'm like ass paste. No, you got to get your ass in the shower. Oh, he's got a cooking segment with Ryan. Ryan Stone like gives recipes and everything. I still need to figure out how to make those madeleines. These glasses are really, really helping. Because usually by now I start to have a headache because I talk very loudly, very forceful. I'm a very throaty talker, and I am not feeling any tension in my head. So this is great. Vico758 says she starts working out. I would say she starts working out of her own accord. Devin's never been a woman who has had to work out, as you guys can plainly see. But she just turned 35. She turned 35 last week. And Father Time is about to collect that debt. So I put her ass on HGH, hired her a personal trainer to make sure that she stays fuckable for as long as possible. Oaktown's Finest says, hey, Donovan, ever thought about doing a show with LAR Movement? Yeah, I've thought about it. I have thought about it before. I don't know that could happen, though. I would love to do it, but something tells me that that probably wouldn't work out for reasons that I'm not going to talk about here. Excellent. Okay, let us continue with the last two not so obvious signs that your girlfriend or your wife, your woman, is cheating on you, that your girl is taking another man's penis. Number 7, your relationship started off as an affair. Now, girls love to say shit like, well, if he cheats on you, he'll cheat on, if he cheats with you, he'll cheat on you. I'm on heavy testosterone replacement therapy and I'm losing my girl voice, so please forgive that. Now, whether or not they actually believe this statement is immaterial. Because as logical as that is, females don't use logic when it comes to men until they're well past the wall. Females are all emotional when they're fertile and young and hot. It's all emotion. And by the way, this is evolutionarily necessary. Females have to base their sexual partners based on emotion arousal. Otherwise, the best genes get bred out of existence. We get that. It is what it is. But they don't start to use logic until they're past the wall. He makes $40,000 a year. He has a stable job. Let's get with him. Only because they have to. Anyway, all of that said, they like to use this moniker partially because it is lyrically symmetrical. If he cheats with you, he'll cheat on you, right? Here's another example. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That makes zero sense. But because the stand fall thing makes sense lyrically, and by the way, this is what advertisers use to mindfuck females into thinking that they have to have whatever overpriced junk they want them to buy. Because it makes sense lyrically, women give credence to that stuff. Now, if a man does cheat with a woman, does that mean he'll cheat on a woman? Who knows? A man is going to cheat on a woman whether he cheated with her or not. We as men, we cheat for sex and sex alone, regardless of whether or not the relationship started off as an affair. That doesn't matter. If we see a younger, hotter, tighter girl, we want to cheat. This is just how it is. It's just based on physical stuff. And even when a man cheats, any man with red pill awareness, what do we know? We know that women stay with these men if they're high value and they're unapologetic. So if he cheats with you, he'll cheat on you. That may or may not be true, but that doesn't mean that any given female is going to end a relationship with a man just because he sticks his dick in another chick. I think we all know and understand that. I've cheated on many, many females who did not dump me. This is just how it goes. The other side of that coin, however, is a very different story. If a female cheats on you, if a female cheats with you, she will most assuredly cheat on you. Now, there are exceptions to this rule, but the exception never makes the rule, gentlemen. Just because a small percentage of females who started relationships with affairs haven't cheated on their men, at least not yet, doesn't mean that they won't eventually or that they haven't in the past. I've said it I said it a dozen times in episode 406, and I'll say it again. You are not special. If she branch swung to you, she will branch swing on you. And if you pay attention, most women branch swing from relationship to relationship anyway. They do this on the regular. It's their MO. It's how they operate. They don't even think about it. Every time a woman is talking to a guy she's thinking about dating, she's always got a boyfriend. Or there's some other guy she's been dating for a few weeks that she's got on the hook before they finally break things off. This is how they are, guys. Women branch swing. They all do. So if your relationship started off as an affair, or if a female branch swung to you or cheated with you, at some point she will cheat on you. Number 8, the 8th and final not so obvious sign that your girl is cheating on you is that relationship issues just seem to disappear. So your wife or girlfriend lately has been bitching and moaning about anything and everything she can to justify, her reasons for flirt with other guys. You work too much. You don't work enough. You don't pay enough attention to me. Your dick is too big. You don't last long enough. You're not attentive to my needs. You blink too loud. Whatever she can think of, she will complain about. Well, there are also legitimate relationship issues you have, but women can rarely they can rarely accurately point this stuff out. When she says, you're not paying attention to my needs, you think, what the fuck? I gave you flowers and took you to dinner last week for Valentine's Day. But what you don't realize is that she means that you're not treating her the way she deserves to be treated, which is like the 2-bit slut she is because she's a terrible fucking girlfriend. She's acting up because you don't recognize that she's not worthy of good treatment. So she says, you're not attentive to my needs, not knowing that she's actually telling the truth about what she feels she's lying about. If that's confusing, don't worry. That is next level game, and you will understand that at some point if you live the red pill life long enough. Anyway, when you are not the dominant masculine male who puts her in her place, who demands her best and makes all the decisions, you are going to have issues, gentlemen, real issues. Well, when she starts fucking another guy who is better than you are, more masculine, more dominant than you are, puts her in her place, everything seems to have just fixed itself. She's not bitchy anymore. She doesn't complain. She's not neurotic. She's generally pleasant to be around. You think to yourself, wow, I guess things are good then. That's a negative ghostwriter. Have you noticed that even though she seems less bitchy and easier to get along with, that she's not fucking you any more than she was before? Yeah, that's because she's fucking someone else. And that someone else makes her feel so good that whatever issues she has with you, they don't matter anymore. She just lets it roll off her shoulders because she's getting fucked sideways every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when you think she's at lunch, and on Saturday afternoon when you think she's at the mall with Sabrina. Think about how many times your girlfriend or your wife was in a great mood. She told you how much she loved you. Everything was great. She gave you the warm fuzzies. Then all of a sudden she told you, I got to take care of something at work. I'll be right back. I'm going to fuck your brains and we're going to have a good night. Or that she was going out with a friend of hers. She's real happy and in a good mood, then she disappears. If things that used to bother the fuck out of your woman all of a sudden don't, she is fucking someone else. And that someone else is the reason she is in a great mood, not you. All right, let's hit the chat here one last time. All right, looks like we're talking jiu-jitsu here with Steve the Pilot. Drew Bay says I should have PI on the show to talk about this sometime. Who is PI? It is tell me who PI is. I think I should I feel like I should know who PI is, but I don't. Danny Pacini says, oh shit, what'd I miss? Dude, the entire show, man. Private investigator. Okay, gotcha. Oh shit, you know what? That's a good idea. Wow, that's another good idea. Hold on, I'm going to put private investigator. Private investigator. That is a very, very good idea. I would never have thought about that. There's also a book out there called Keylogger. I actually read it a few years back. And man, oh man. It's actually what gave me the idea to put a keylogger on my woman's phone. Lorenzo Davis says, another change is her underwear if she changes to bikini to G-strings. Well, again, these are not so obvious signs, right? Like if your woman all of a sudden goes from wearing granny panties to wearing G-strings, well, yeah, that's an obvious sign she's cheating. R Unplugged says that some PUAs say that if you are a good-looking guy, sometimes a woman won't date you because she's afraid you will play her. Listen, you are 100% correct, R Unplugged. I actually detailed this. I talked about this in an episode and in a Return of Kings article entitled, Can a Man Ever Have Too Much Game? Can a man ever have too much game? Red Jedi says, that's how I caught my wife is PI. Yeah. Yeah, listen, you guys have to understand, dude. the way women, I've said this before, women are professional cheaters. You will never catch them cheating. You will never have hard evidence that your woman is cheating on you. The only way you're ever going to find out if your woman is cheating on you without hiring a private investigator is confession. That's it. She has to tell you, hey, listen, I cheated on you. But women will, dude, you could have a text message from a guy that says, I loved fucking you last night. I loved the way you sucked my dick on February 17th, 2019. Your woman will still deny that. She'll come up with some bright excuse as to, dude, this has to, that it wasn't me. It was a wrong number. It's always something. The only time a woman will acknowledge that she cheated is when you show her the video camera of her going upstairs into a hotel room. And even then she'll say, well, we weren't really cheating. He was a gay friend of mine. At that point, she's just grasping for straws. Freelance Runner says, yeah, man, these women are as slick as goose shit. Yeah, they are. They're very, very slick. You know what, Devin's 35, right? And I'll call her out on bullshit. And she is very, very good at attempting to talk her way out of this stuff. I never, ever, ever let her get her foothold in the door. I'm like, yo, check this out. I am not your ex, hun. You are not about to bullshit me. I know what the fuck is going on. I tell her all the time, just because you deny it doesn't mean it ain't true. You ain't getting, Devin, shut the fuck up. Before I swear to God, I don't even buy into that nonsense. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't have none of that nonsense. Shout out to Fresno State 1776 with the $20 contribution. Shout out to Jesse Weber also with the $5 contribution. And HS Lee 169 with the $5 contribution. Yeah, Colin Kaepernick settled with the NFL on his collusion suit. Jamel Hill wrote an article called Kaepernick Won, the NFL Lost. Jamel Hill is the typical black woman who, just because Jamel Hill says that the NFL lost and Kaepernick won doesn't mean that's what happened. No, the NFL won because now this story is a non-issue. It's swept under the rug. Kaepernick lost because he is who we thought he was. In the words of the late, great Dennis Green, Kaepernick is not a martyr. Kaepernick he didn't sacrifice everything. Right? If he really wanted to take this thing all the way, he wouldn't have settled. He'd have gone all the way and exposed the NFL for colluding against him. But because Kaepernick is about Colin Kaepernick, he's not really about the issue that he knelt for. Listen, did he bring, and this is the thing, everybody's like, well, he brought more attention to an issue. Listen, we knew niggas were getting shot in the streets by white cops before Kaepernick took a knee. This didn't bring any more awareness. This is like that bullshit breast cancer month that the NFL was doing for the last 10 years. Well, we need to bring more awareness to breast cancer. Trust me, we're fucking aware. Fucking breast cancer is in our face 24/7. Anything that affects women is in our fucking face. So the fact that Colin Kaepernick knelt down to, bring more awareness, Colin, dude, bruh, we're all aware. We see it all the time on Facebook, Instagram, videos, the news. We're already aware. You're not a martyr. You are now a sellout. Freelance Ronan says, exactly. Now the NFL has washed their hands of him. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Meg Selv says, hey guys, I just tuned in. Has he started on the 8 signs? Unfortunately, I just got done. Whew. Damn, dude, you're gonna have to go to Patreon, man. You're going to have to, So yeah, I don't buy into this whole Colin Kaepernick thing. I loved him at UNR, but he's, he's another fake-ass pro-black, just like the rest of them. I don't buy it. And he has proven that by taking the NFL's money. Oh, and by the way, Eric Reed was also settled. Eric Reed called Malcolm Butler a sellout for accepting the NFL's, I think it was $90 to $100 million towards the social justice fund, right? So Eric Reed calls Malcolm Jenkins of the Philadelphia Eagles a sellout, but then turns around and accepts a settlement that goes direct. Listen, Malcolm Jenkins agreed to funds being allocated for these causes. Eric Reed agreed to a settlement that put money directly into his pocket. Who's a sellout now, nigga? Who's a sellout now? Ryan Sullivan says, new phrase for TSR, the best live stream on game. I actually like that. Oh, Freelance Ronin is co-signing on that. I like it. I like it. Danny Pacini. Wait, hold on. Let me get to... Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. Kyle Mitchell says Kaepernick got 60 to 80 million in the settlement. He won for sure. Things are still bad in the streets. Yeah, listen. Kaepernick won financially, right? But in the public eye, he lost. And guess what? Kaepernick doesn't and shouldn't give a shit. Listen, Kaepernick's a sellout. So, who gives a fuck what I think about Colin Kaepernick? Dude, this motherfucker's set for life. Now, and listen, by the way, he still wants to play in the NFL. He'll never play in the NFL again. He got $60 to $80 million. Good for him. And yes, things are still bad in the streets, man. Colin Kaepernick won financially, but he lost in the public eye. He is a sellout. Signed a big deal with Nike. Now he got the settlement. So it was never about the cause for Colin Kaepernick. He may have thought it was about the cause, but as soon as dollar signs became a part of the issue, he said, fuck it, I'll take the money. And listen, I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing. Ryan Crotton says when she changes her workout habits, working out at different times, usually later times of night. Yeah, if your girlfriend works out, but she's still fat, she's definitely cheating on you. Vincent Simpson says, my wife used to go over to her guy friend's house for hours before she saw me at work. He was fat and ugly. LOL, now I'm starting to sweat. Danny Pacini says, I'm guessing in no way possible are you ever to take your woman back if she cheated on you. Yeah, Danny. Never take back a cheating female. Ever. Ever. Oaktown's Finest says, so Eric Reed got the settlement plus the new contract from the Panthers. Yep. Yeah, Eric Reed's like, oh, Malcolm Jenkins, you're a sellout. You sold us out for $90 million. Nigga, you are a sellout too. That money went directly into your pocket. I'm not trying to hear this nonsense. Fresno State 1776 wants to know what's the topic for Roosh V. We're just going to talk about the state of the manosphere. We're going to talk about his appearance on Dr. Phil. And listen, Roosh doesn't want to rehearse the questions. He wants everything to kind of be organic. So yeah, it's going to be a good interview. We're going to cover a lot of different things. This will be my first on-air interview with Roosh, so I'm looking forward to that. Michael Swint says your girlfriend shouldn't be working out without you anyway. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. That's going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. Be sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter on DonovanSharpe.com and download the mobile app. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.